Yo, you're now in tune with the Lord Says Special on Shade 45. Just tuning in right now. The Lord Says Special, all right? I got good homies of mine. Yeah. One's orange and one is black. One of the Jews is in the building, goddamn.
What up, Sear?
What the hell going on,
Man.
Man, it's been 18 years, man, since I seen y'all, bro.
Yeah, I remember the day. I was like, don't ever talk to me again.
I didn't say, come on, man.
I like to think of myself as more like a floral beige than orange directly.
Yeah, you're beige. You know, nice beige.
No.
Like a nice beige.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't know if it's
carrot.
nice or not,
Not a carrot.
yeah. Like a light carrot.
Not a carrot. Carrot is whack.
Yeah.
I was reading some
It's like brown rice.
brown rice. What kind of rice would you eat?
Who, me?
Yes.
Well, I don't eat a lot of Asian food, so I don't rock with a lot of rice. I eat a lot. I go like when I do, I go like shrimp fried rice. I go brown rice.
Okay.
I try to stay with beans, though. I like beans.
Beans are cool. Make you fart. And
Yeah,
chill.
true. As I'm trying to lose weight, I'm eating a lot more beans. Run around with a Jamaican, Josh Spice, my security and trainer. So I mean beans when I really want a burger.
I thought you were
drinking
about to
water
say
when I really want a Coke. Nah, they don't really persecute me. I mean, I volunteer. I like, doing what I'm doing.
Beans in the burger. I never had beans in the burger.
Well, beans as a burger is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna fart like crazy and not quite be fulfilled. Yeah.
But it'd be good.
Yeah, it do be good. I ain't gonna lie. Like you get a black beans as a burger with extra pepper, it's good. It's good.
Fresh. How did you guys meet up? Period. Run the jewels. Who made up the name?
Oh, that was me.
Why the name?
Stop! Please stop.
Wait a minute. What else?
I'm sorry. We read it. What's the real question?
The real question is, how did you guys meet up? Did you guys meet up at a wrestling ring, or did you guys meet at
Craigslist. Misconnections.
Wow.
I saw you on the subway. You looked like you were a dope rapper.
Okay.
Wow.
Hit me back.
Hit me back.
I got
That's cool.
beats.
How the connection?
Now we met through Jason DeMarco of Cartoon Network, who's a friend of ours, and both of ours separately. And he was doing a project with Mike. He's just a music fan, and he has he has money at his disposal to do cool shit with people. And we'd worked together a bunch. We were friends. Him and Mike had worked together a bunch. They were friends. And when Mike was doing his record with him, rap music, or what was gonna be rap music. He just suggested that he get in the studio with me, and Mike knew about me, and I knew about him, and we both knew enough about each other to be like, yeah, let's get in the studio together. We both respected each other, and that's it, really. I mean, but from then on, it was just history.
When you go in the studio, is there ever like, all right, you go first? No, wait a minute, you go.
Not really.
Mike, well, you. No, LP, you go.
It's like first come, first serve, basically.
Yeah, we like a lot of people. It's like when you're younger, you have the insecurity and the ego, so you go first because you don't know if you're being out rap. Yeah. But when you get older, you realize what you're trying to make is the dopest record possible. And if you don't like your rap, you just go change it. You know what I mean? So we our whole thing was just being excited. One of us waits for the other person to get genuinely inspired because that's going to create the vibe that we need to make the best possible record. You know what I mean? So there are records that came in this time. L just dropped a verse where I'm just like, oh, I gotta go write the verse of my life. It's incredible. Okay. And out of that, I wrote some of the verses of my life, and I hope vice versa.
No, sorry, I don't share that experience. Yes, of course, I'm constantly. But really, it's like he said, it's really someone just catches it. Someone catches the spirit and just says, I'm going in. And, a lot of times it'll be Mike, a lot of times it'll be me. I write, and Mike really just catches it and freestyles and patches it in. So it depends. And we sometimes will just get a chunk. We'll each have little chunks of stuff, and we'll kind of come back to it and try and connect it and try and make it work with each other. But, it's been fun. I mean, there's definitely no rule to it.
Is there any ghostwriters?
Oh my God! A whole team of dead people.
All right.
Outside the room.
Poltergeist writers.
Yes.
It's a bunch of them.
Thank you.
We don't really need them for what we do, but we hear they exist.
Yes. Wait, get out of here, ghosts.
Yeah, we have poltergeist writers. Just an army of angry ghosts.
And now it's hip hop now to have a ghostwriter. People
Is it
think
really?
it's
like a chain?
so weird. It's
Is it like having a chain? It's like
I don't think that's hip hop.
It's like You know, there's motherfuckers I be in the hood, and they, yeah, man, but you know, I understand that, you know, you platinum, you know what I mean? And maybe if somebody could write for you and the verse sound good, it can help you a lot. You got to always write your own rhymes. I'm like,
Well, I mean,
well,
to be fair though, I mean, a lot of the records that we grew up on, they were ghostwriters too. I mean, like, you know, there were.
it was ghost producers too.
Yeah, and ghost producers. But I personally think it's kind of the whole point to write your own shit.
Yeah,
That's kind of my thing. You know,
yeah,
me personally, I always like to write my own music and raps and whatever. So
How did you feel when you found out your favorite rapper was like, damn, man, nigga wrote for him, man?
like who? Because my favorite
whoa.
rapper might not have a ghost. I don't know if my favorite rappers have ghostwriters.
I'm trying to think. Let's say.
I mean, I remember when we found out that Kane.
I don't care that the Jizza wrote ODB.
And I definitely don't care
I don't
that
care.
Kane wrote for Biz Markie.
Yeah, that don't make me no difference. Because to me, that takes.
that sound like y'all just did a rap right there. Like,
Hey.
Yeah.
oh,
Hey.
yeah. Oh, wait a minute. All right.
Shit.
There you go.
Or what about MC Light and her brother, right?
Yeah, that
and they
wouldn't
worked
Right.
together. I mean, there's a tradition of it. Like there is a tradition of it.
But not a whole. Well, maybe Kane.
I mean, all I will say is that it was that I didn't know really about that when I started trying to rap. I had no idea that anyone ever wrote for anybody. That was just crazy to me. So it's still kind of crazy to me, to be honest. But there are classic examples of it being historically great records that have been collaborated on. Even Ghost producers.
Apache wrote Apache
Gangsta
write up
Bitch.
Gangsta Bitch also
Yeah.
wrote was it Ladies First or what was it?
Yeah.
You remember there was a period of time when Tretch was writing for everybody. Remember when Tretch, and you could hear it. It would just be like someone. It would just sound like Tretch, and it was dope. But he was like, "Oh yeah, that's Tretch. That's cool." Yo, do you remember when Pharoah Monch wrote the jam for Puff? He had that. Remember, it was on I forget which record it was.
Yeah,
Puff,
he does
Puff,
write for-
and he wrote a jam for Puff, and it just sounded like Puffo Monch. It was like
Puffo.
Puff sounded like
That's
Pharoa
good.
Monch,
Puffo Monch.
and it was good. But it was like that's it's so.
It sounds like a wax cereal. Mom, you don't want Puffle Munch. Too much strawberries, Puffle Munch. We here, remember, Run the Jewels. Call up 88-SHADE-45. Run the Jewels sound like you guys with no shirt on, covering your cock, and it says Run the Jewels.
It's a powerful image, my friend.
Limited edition vinyl only.
Limited edition cock.
Run the Jewels. Just holding your cocks.
Yep.
Yeah, Run the Jewels.
That's basically a decent expression, a decent description of what Run the Jewels is. Yeah.
But with like mad, but with just mad like puffy. What is it? The mannequins that you blow up dolls. Just mad blow up dolls around you. Just holding your
I
cocks.
feel like if we were being marketed as the Beastie Boys at the first phase of their career, that's how Run the Jewels would have got marketed. As me and my homie got up high as hell yesterday morning and played Beastie Boys the first 2 hours of the morning, License to Ill.
Those beats.
Oh my God, the beats and the rebelliousness of it all, man.
Now, right now, we do the interview. The interview's over. You get a call from Rick Rubin, and he said he wants to do the whole album.
But I know Rick.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rick is his man.
I'm signed to Rick's publishing company, actually. Yeah.
Oh, you gonna have your hair like Rick?
I've been to Rick's apartment, the amazing house that has nothing in it but a chair, and is the most incredible place.
And it
I've
smells
ever
like
seen.
feet.
And he'll be like, "Do you want an apple?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I want an apple, Rick." And he'll literally tap something on an iPad, and 5 minutes later, some dude in like an Asian robe comes out with an apple, and you eat it, and you're like, "This is the best apple I've ever tasted in my fucking life, Rick. How did you get this apple?"
He's friends with Rick, and I argue with Russell. God bless my Uncle Russell.
Now, wait a minute. What
Russell
is
has
going
gotten me to
on?
eat more vegetarian meals and actually try yoga with my fat
That's what I was
ass.
about to say.
But we argue, like Russell and I argue online like twice a year or some shit for just
Straight
reasons.
arguing.
Yeah, just argue because we don't agree on a particular thing. But I really sincerely look up to and love him. That's crazy, right? He and Rick are hella cool eating apples in a stinky foot room.
Yes.
Me and Russell are fucking arguing online about black people.
I look up to Blair.
Oh, man.
I look up at Blair Underwood.
Oh, shit. What? No, man. Shade 45, the Lord says special. Let's get into one of your tracks real quick. Come back. What can we get into?
What do you want? Legend Has It?
Legend
Panther
Has
like
It,
Panther?
Panther like a Panther,
Ticketron? What do you want to do? Any one of those jams. Let's do
Any one of those three.
Legend Has It. We're about to drop a
Legend
video
Has
on
It.
Cats anyway,
Let's
so
do it.
we'll do Legend Has It.
Let's do Legend Has It right here. Call up. Lord says special. Let's do it, fool.